All the lingo, emojis.
You send the wrong one and you're just like really sending the wrong message, literally.
I've been there, done it. Chocolate pudding. Didn't know. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I'll try and say things around my kids like, oh yeah, 6, 7. And they're just like, don't even, Mom.
Yeah.
They don't enjoy it. They don't enjoy it one bit.
Slay.
No.
No one says that anymore, Mom.
I said that's the bomb. And they're like, oh,
God. Oh, yes.
How old are you?
Be happy, 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 happy.
We need it. The mom village.
Yeah.
It's serious. Some real stuff.
How's your mom village, Kel?
It's okay. I mean, a lot of the moms that I know have adult children and they're still those adult kids, they still kids.
They're still coming around.
They still coming around like they're not adults. So, so it's been interesting. We're all at I've never been at this place with an adult person that's still my child. And so it's an interesting line, because sometimes you want to be that friend.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to hear everything the adult child got to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes the adult child says adult stuff.
Yeah.
And that's rough, where you have to be like, ooh, okay, she just told me that. Wow, that was a lot. So,
yeah, do you jump in with that? Or do you still have this bit of a parent hat where you're like, don't say the F word in front of me type thing? No, that stuff.
I roll with it. I try to give myself a break and I try to give myself grace in those moments. I taught her to express herself. I need her to do that, even with me. So when it's uncomfortable, I check myself. One time, we went out to dinner and she didn't have a bra on. I was like, what are you doing?
That's my girl.
Okay. I'm like, well, if you got it, flaunt it. And she got it right now. So
how old is she?
She's 27.
Oh my goodness.
It's crazy because I'm 35. So I don't understand how.
I know. What are you even talking about?
That math don't even do it.
The math doesn't math because you were 10. Just
math is not even mathing. It's wild. It's so it's a cool time. I'm learning about myself and I'm also learning about my boundaries because you still have to be honest too. It's sometimes I'm like, you don't have to really tell me everything unless you really need something from me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still, and she'll go, are you uncomfortable with them? Yeah. Yep. I am.
You bet.
You bet. That was weird. I'm uncomfortable. So I talk to the other moms that have adult kids and they're like, yep, we're going through the same stuff, girl, please.
So how old was she when you made this big life change and moved to Los Angeles, your journey to get to where you're going?
So my husband and I have always been into entertainment and theater and writing and comedy and drama. We just loved it all. We were just soulmates. We met because of that, and it was wonderful. And our daughter was 5 years old when we decided, you know what? I think we need to move to where it's at. I think we need to move to Los Angeles. And we didn't know anyone in Los Angeles. I was working at a nonprofit, and one of my coworkers was like, hey, I can hook you up with this person that has an extra room that maybe you can stay in, So who turned out to be Dave Rosowski, who ran the freaking Second City, which is amazing. So everything was lining up. So we came to LA. I continued to work for this nonprofit. My husband got a job at Sony, and we started to do the thing. And as time went on, something was gnawing at me. You know what? I'm a funny person. I'm a writer. I love comedy. And this nonprofit is not funny right now. I need to do something else. So my husband was on Craigslist, if you can remember Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Remember Craigslist?
Try not to get murdered.
Try not to get murdered, Craigslist. And he said, there's a job opening at the Hollywood Improv for a server. And I was like, well, I can't be a server. There's no health benefits. Come on. I'm a professional. I'm not a server. I was a server when I was in college. He's like, just go down there. Just go down there and see what it's about, because that's funny people down there. I don't know what it is. So I went down there and it was 500 people in line for this one server job, guys. And here I was the only Black woman. I was the only Black anything standing there. And it was all beautiful young white people, look like actors for this job.
Wow.
So I go down there, I'm like, I'm not going to get this. No one had a resume in their hand. I did because I was the professional. So I knew how that went. I had my resume. I sat down, I filled out the application, and I always listened for signs. My entire life, I've always listened for things that seem insignificant, but deemed to be not. So there was an intercom system in the improv, and over the intercom system, it said, Kelly, pick up line 7, Kelly, line 7. No one answered the phone, no one picked up. So I'm like, well, my name is Kelly. I know I don't work here, but I'm going to do that. This is improv. This is comedy. So I get up, I answer the phone, I take the note, I hand it to the general manager, and I hand him my resume, and I walk out with my
Kelly, hilarious.
It's so ridiculous. So I go up that night, and I was like, I'm not getting that job. Come on. It was 500 beautiful people standing in line and me. My husband was like, okay, we'll just keep looking. And so around 7:30 that night, I get a call from the GM. And he's like, you know what? That was some funny stuff you did. And we'd like you to come down to the improv and be a server here. And I was like, what? So I quit my job. I quit my anchor. I trusted in me, and I went down there and I became a server at the Hollywood Improv, and it was amazing. So while I'm there, I pick up my daughter from school. She comes and she sits in the dining room and she's doing this comedy and she's doing this stuff. And she's like, Mom, I can totally do that. I can get up on stage and do that. I was like, by this time she was like 6 years old. I'm like, you can't wipe yourself properly. You can't.
Right.
You can't get up on that damn stage and do this. So D. Ray Davis, who ran the room for Mo Better Mondays, which is like ethnic, that's Black night, basically. It's Black comedy, Black comedians.
Yeah.
And, a Black audience, urban audiences, are tough on comics. They don't care if you're 6 or 66. If you ain't funny, they ain't gonna laugh. You know what I'm saying? She gets up there, my husband and I start writing and helping writing her jokes, and she kills. She freaking killed on Mo Better Mondays.
Wow.
And she was amazing. She stood at the edge of the stage. She wasn't shy. And I was like, a star is born. This person need to do this. And we need to support this. I don't know how we're going to support it because we have no money, but we have to do it. And thus began all our careers in this industry. And that's how it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
you are super inspiring. Like I can't. It's the dream, really. The way you and John and Sydney have like risen together.
Thank you.
Imagine
if I didn't do that.
Right.
Imagine if I didn't just try. Imagine if I didn't listen to that silly little sign about that intercom. What if I didn't do that? And what if I buckled and folded inside of myself and became intimidated by the 500 people standing there? I wouldn't be sitting here with y'all. I sincerely believe that.
Mm-hmm. You're such a yes-ander, though. I mean, it's like, yes-anders are like so easy to love because you're always like, yep, let's just make this better. We're just going to do this.
That's right.
Right. And just the fact that you get on that intercom is killing me. Like, I can't even, but it's just so right on that you just are in the moment.
Yes.
And you're serving it.
Yes. In the moment. That's right. I've always been, my mom has always taught me to be bold and to, she would always say, you come from kings and queens and you have to realize and understand that. And there's a huge responsibility there. And I've kept that my entire life. So, and I gave it to Sid as well. My husband keeps that. And that's kind of our truth. Like we come from greatness and we have to continue this. No matter what.
I love that so much.
Thank you.
What really is inspiring though, because I consider myself to be a yes and person. I'm always glass half full. And I grew up very scrappy. I grew up poor and I had to find my way. Mm-hmm. And that served me really well. But then the children came along. And although I still had that in me, I think that part of that, the choices became a bit more careful. right? It happens to
Mm.
a lot of families with when kids come along. It's like, oh, how many more risks do I want to take?
Yes.
Back to pre-kids, when I met with like the associate director of the Cirque du Soleil, and I'd never worked in the circus before. I'm a choreographer, but I was like, I remember saying to him, he was like, we don't have any choreographer positions right now. And I was like, well, do you have an assistant? And he remembered that, and he hired me a year later
Yeah.
from my just like ballsy attitude.
Yeah.
However, I found myself once the kids came along, that part of me diminished a bit. And so what I'm saying to you, and I mean, I'm getting it back now, but what I'm saying to you is the fact that you did this with a 5-year-old.
Oh, I heard it from my family. My mother was like, "What are you doing?"
But you ended up all rising together.
Yes. Yes. And that's rare. That rarely happens. You know what I mean? We call ourselves the Trinity, but
Oh, come on. Oh,
man, it was wild. But my mom and my family, and John's family, they thought we were absolutely nuts.
yeah.
This is a shot in the dark. And I'm like, but it's a shot.
Oh, I love
It's a shot, though.
Nice shot.
It's still a shot.
And now you've gone on. So now you're creating, you're directing. What's going on with you in your life right now?
Oh, this is a really cool time for me. It's considered a downtime after these strikes and after everything is going on. But I'm writing. And so I wrote this. Now here's another thing about chances. Now listen to this. So I wrote this pilot, I had this pilot idea a couple years ago, and I only wrote 12 pages of it. So I'm with my manager, and every week we have this weekly meeting, and we just kind of talk about ebbs and flows, what we're doing, where I am, what I want to do. And my manager was like, "Well, do you write?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not, I don't write like writer." They're like, "Do you have anything that you've written?" "Yeah, I have a couple things." "Send it to us." And I was like, "You guys are going to quit me if I, if I send this to you. I'm afraid of you quitting me." They're like, "We're not going to quit you. Send it." So I sent three ideas to them, and they come back to me the next week, and they're like, there are two ideas that you need to flesh out. Flesh it out now. And I was like, they were to write the pilots. I was like, wow, okay. So I wrote the first. I wrote the first one, wrote the pilot, and sent it to them. They were like, "We love this." Gave me notes. Went back. I did my thing, and took 3 tries. And they were like, "This is excellent. This is great. We want to send this out." And I was like, "Oh, what do you want to send it to?" And they took some time and didn't send it to anybody yet. So what I did, I went back into my bank of all the people that I remember, all the executives from different places that I'd ever worked, and all those relationships that I continue to, you know, cultivate. And I sent it. And I sent it, and I CC'd my manager, and I let them know that I sent it on their behalf. And we sent it together. And they were like, we love that. We love that you're taking the initiative to do that. So that just happened last week. And I sent it to Netflix, and we'll see what happens.
Wow. You just sent it to Netflix.
I just sent it. You know what?
What?
What? I've heard no before. I've heard I hate this. I've heard get out of here. I've heard it. And I'm still here.
Oh man. Can I be your friend?
We are friends. Are you crazy?
Jessica, when you're editing this, it can be off the record if you feel like it's getting too personal. But I do want to share with you right now how inspired I am, because I am going through divorce. Husband had moved out about 6 months ago. We've been separated for a while, getting the kids prepared. My kids are 11 and 13.
Mhm.
So it's been, a journey. I finally feel like now that we're getting into like the shared custody and the kids are okay,
Mhm.
I feel like because I was more the primary stay-at-home parent, I feel like I'm entering this place where the person that I was talking about pre-children, who was just like, yeah, I can do that. God, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to take this risk. I finally am in a place where I can do that. I have all these ideas. I want to start all these projects. And yet I'm faced with a lot of not Shelly and Jessica, not my close women friends who are really there for me and who support me, but there's a lot of voices around me saying, no, 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 no. You can't, you're a single mom now. You've got to take something secure. You've got to do something safe. You've got to take care of the kids. You've got to. And I feel it's like pushing me down, and it just brings me so much anxiety. And I have to fight to be like, no, wait a second. This is me. And I want to step into this new chapter and go, fuck yeah.
Yes.
And so your energy right now is really inspiring to me, because this is the kind of energy that I need to be surrounding myself around. Do you know Minnie Sterling?
Yes.
So we interviewed Minnie a while ago, and she wrote me recently, and she was like, girl, how are you doing? We've got to go for cocktails soon. And I'm like, it's that kind of energy that I want right now, and I need, because it is a wobbly place for me. And I just don't want, I'm not the kind of person who wants to just be the glass half empty and just settle for something safe.
That's right.
Life is too short, right?
We're going to die, everybody. We're going to die. What are we doing?
Everybody's going to die. And
everybody's going to die.
25, we're all going down. We might as well go down swinging.
And we don't know when. So get to it.
Get to it. What's your, how does it feel for you to be in this director's chair? Like in terms of your vision and where you feel you're able to really really say what you want to say.
This is exactly where I have always, first of all, when I was young, I didn't realize there was a job for me who was this outspoken person. I didn't realize it. I didn't see it. I didn't see me. I didn't see other Kellys, other Black women. I didn't see it. So this is exactly where I need to be. I feel the most comfortable. I could direct butt naked, okay? That's how comfortable I am in this chair. This chair is so wonderful. And I always tell people that, I don't know everything on that set. It's almost like being Captain Kirk. Captain Kirk didn't know everything. He surrounded himself with greatness. He surrounded himself with brilliant minds, and he utilized those brilliant minds, and he relied on them, and he allowed them to do their work. And that's kind of, I correlate my life with that as well. That's how I do things. I'm the captain in that way. I have the voice and the energy and the encouragement to bring out the best in people. And that's what I do. That's one of my gifts from God, and I'm using that. And that gift means I am a director. I mean,
and using voice for change.
Yeah.
That must be so inspiring for your daughter.
It is. I think, she comes and when she watches me on set, she's just like, you've always been this. You're the director at home. You're the director when you come to the school. When I was at the Hollywood Improv, that was a form of directing. I had to drop that check. I had to know timing. I had to work in the dark. I had to work with, many different personalities. And so that's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing you've always been doing.
Yes, you got it.
Yes. So big picture.
Yep.
Getting bigger.
Yeah.
With your work. Where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself? Do you have a clear laid out plan? Or are you really sort of enjoying living in the moment and keep saying yes and to all the things that are walking in front of you? Are you really planning this out?
I think I'm doing a little bit of both.
Okay.
I think I'm walking the path of the fool, and I am planning along the way. So my ultimate goal is to direct a film with my husband. We have an incredible film idea that we've had for 20 years, over 20 years.
It's coming.
It's coming. And we have to do this. So that's the goal, is to direct this our baby, this baby film that we have.
Yeah.
And we've been writing it for over 20 years. We were writing it on the stoop when we were in the Bay Area, sitting on the stoop, not even realizing that we were manifesting things. You know, our brains, our minds are powerful.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful. So we're putting that into motion, and things are clicking and starting to, they're starting to round out.
Yeah. And like, is it always just because I like seeing something from infancy like that? Like, is it just kind of always brewing in the back of your minds? And then like and a year later, you're talking about it and then you're
Yes.
a little bit and you just keep revisiting it.
Yes.
That's how you're keeping it alive.
It's always alive. We revisit it. We'll add on to things. We'll take pictures of things. So now we have this whole collection that we need to sit down and put together. And now we've built our village. We know so many people. We know actors and producers, and we're building clout in this industry. So it's all coming together. Timing is everything.
You've done some stuff, so you know some people.
Know some people.
Some people. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love that. So that would you say like you and your husband, is that like the ultimate creative partner?
Yeah, because he knows me best. He knows my strengths. He knows the things I need to work on, and vice versa. So we're just really good for each other. And, when we met, we only dated for like a couple of months. And I was like, you're going to be my husband. He's like, yeah, eventually. I was like, no, this Friday, we're going to the Chapel of Love in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, we're getting married this weekend.
Yeah, that's it, right. Meet me there. It's happening.
Meet me there. And he did. So it was great.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
On this podcast, we cover a lot. I mean, obviously, relationship stuff. When the baby came along, there's obvious like shifts and changes that happen. And within the dynamic of the partnership as well, did you guys find any challenges that you needed to overcome when the baby came along? Or was she just part of this like incredible energy that the two of you had together? Or where you're like, oh no, it was like off there for a little while?
I remember when I told my husband I was pregnant, he was like, I don't know if I can do this. He was like, I'm going to be a dad, like responsible for this. So he went through a really deep moment where he thought, maybe I'm not enough for this. It was really heavy for him at first. And then when she came, he was just like, I'm the ultimate dad. I'm ready for this. He read all the books. He did the whole thing. He was just so
girl dad.
Yeah, to the point where I was like, wait a minute, I need to be the mom too. Give me some time.
Yeah.
So he really stepped up, but we really we became the parents that we needed. I became the mom that I needed for Sid. You know what I'm saying? My mom, of course, single mom, a lot of stress. She wasn't emotionally there all the time. So I made sure that I was emotionally there for Sid. I really listened. I watched. I was, present as much as possible. Not overbearing helicopter, but I really became entrenched in her world. And so did John. Yeah.
And what about the risk that you had coming and the letting go of the secure, job, taking this risk? Were there like financial fears, which happen a lot with young families, that became stressful, or you're just again, yes, and no, it's all going to work out?
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
Because, giving up that paycheck, that every 2-week paycheck, giving up those medical benefits like that, and you have a family, having your husband work 2 or 3 jobs, so I can try to pursue. But what we told ourselves in the beginning of our relationship is like, whoever's on the road to achieving that thing, whatever that thing is, we all need to participate in that. We all need to be behind that. So I was the first one. I was the first person to leap out of the clouds and jump. And then when we saw Sid, we were like, oh, we need to get behind this. So we got behind that. So then my husband was the last one to jump out. So it was that type of thing. But we were scared. I mean, we lived in a one-bedroom apartment. Sydney had the bedroom. We slept in, on the couch in the living room. We did that.
Mm.
It was deep. We didn't have any help really from my family or his family. And we were virtually on our own. So I knew how to cook spaghetti dinners. I knew how to save, and I knew how to thrift shop. And so we kept those things alive. I made friends there was a nurse that was a stand-up comic, and I was like, listen, if anything happens to me and my family, can we just come to you? She was like, yep, come to Cedars and I'll just hook you up. So there were a couple times Sydney was doing something when she was lifting weights and she dropped a weight like on the side of her head and she got a cut. And I was like, we're going to Cedars. We're going to see Tanya. And
Yeah.
Tanya met us at the back door and she stitched her up. And that's what we did.
Right. No insurance, please.
No, it sucked. Really did.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yes.
No, fuck off. So, but this whole like it's us against the world,
Yeah.
Trinity that you call it.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if you have like in those moments of like young kids and stress of like, yeah, I mean, I get it. No insurance. We don't know that thing. And you have these small kids and you're trying to just do your craft and make it work. What is behind that? Like, was it love? Was it, this need to unify together? Like, what was the driving emotion or understanding behind that? Because at that time it's stressful. And also we talk about this all the time. No village, no family around. It's tough. You get in panic at times. Like, what am I going to do with,
Yeah.
And so what is the driving force for you guys there?
I think for John and I, and this is really interesting. We were just talking about this the other night. I watched my mom have dreams deferred. I watched my mother not go after the things that she deserved to go after. I watched her not use her gifts. I watched it. I watched her complacency. I watched her sadness. And I was like, I was determined for me. That was my motivation. And John, he was like, I watched my parents too. They came here from Korea and no one grew. So watching people that you love not grow is a hell of a motivation. So we were determined. We were like, I don't care where we grow to, but we got to grow.
Yeah.
We have to. We can't not live. We've watched our parents slowly die and become nothing, and not nothing in the literal sense, but my mom, who is like 84 years old, and she still wants, I could feel it. But there was so much time that she didn't trust herself, that she didn't think anyone saw her. And I wasn't going to do that. I was determined that I needed to be seen. I needed to live this thing. This is the only one time you have here. And I was going to do it. So that was the motivation for us.
It's that take care of yourself, everyone benefits type thing.
Yeah. You got it.
And look with Sydney and what happened there with your daughter, her being in your environment.
Yes.
And then that she's flourishing. I mean, that's ultimate like teamwork,
It was so cool. She was doing this, Project Angel Food had a showcase, and she was one of the comedians at the Hollywood Improv with Wanda Sykes and Ray Romano, Sarah Silverman. And here I am wiping the tables and picking up beer bottles as my beautiful little kid is up on that stage. And I'm like, if it ended here, this is enough.
Oh.
If it stopped, this is it.
Right.
This is it. She is up on that stage fearless as a child. It was really beautiful and motivating for me,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
led by example. I mean, she got that from you.
Yeah, and so cool because in that showcase, in that audience was the showrunners for That's So Raven. And I was like, and he came up to us and he was like, you got to come down to the set. And I didn't know what the set was. I didn't know what multicam was. We went down to the set, met Raven, and they were like, we want to put on the show. I said the kid. And I was like, they were like, get her an acting coach. And I was like, I guess that's me. Don't nobody got any acting coach money. So I became her acting coach because I took classes at the Groundlings and eventually became the school administrator for the Groundlings, and I quit the improv. So all of that knowledge, all those tools I gave to her for acting. And she went on to do Instant Mom on Nick at Night. And then Nickelodeon was like, hey, do you want to be an acting coach on set? And I was like, what does that mean? Are there health benefits?
Always the first question.
They were like, yes. So
Is dental included? Okay.
Right. That's how I got on those stages. And then I started
Amazing.
learning from those directors. And then that was it.
Wow. That is so cool.
Yeah, man. It's been interesting.
Creative Mamas Unplugged is produced by Breatheasy Productions with music by Jeremy Jurin. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to give my mama 5 stars and keep coming back. Thanks to us kids, there are plenty of stories to tell. And you are not alone.
We are inspired by you. Thank you for joining our Creative Mamas community. Support Creative Mamas Unplugged on Patreon to get your name in the credits, receive extra content, and earn some fun prizes. With this, we can keep creating, uplifting, and growing this incredible community together. We love you so much. Applause.